Hello, 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 hello.
Huh?
Yeah. So, anyways, I'm back. I'm home from the holidays, and yeah, I'm really happy to be here. I'm happy to be back, and thank you everyone. We actually made it to affiliate for some reason while I was offline, and I'm so happy about that. I was, to be honest, really ready to grind for a long time for that, but you can probably make a little bit out of the reference image. I was in France for my holiday, and I got to visit my. No, why is that not changed? Hello. Okay. Apparently my OBS decided to switch back to the starting screen for a little bit. I'm so sorry about that. But yeah, yeah, I got to visit my all-time favorite castle, and I'm really happy about it. And I was there last time when I was like 9 or 10 years old, so seeing it again was kind of emotional for me. So I really want to make that today, or at least something inspired by it. It's not a big city, not a big castle, but we're making that today, as you can see on the screen. Well, at least something resembling it. But yeah. Let's go. Let's go. I can't wait. I had forgotten so many details about the city, about the castle, and I really want to do it again. I don't even know what to say, to be honest. I did make a hill already for it, so we can start with this. The castle is a little bit away from the river nowadays, at least. I do not remember. I think it used to be a bit closer to the river, but it sits on top of a hill and overlooks the river, overlooks the valley, and overlooks a town on the other side of the river. And yeah, it's kind of a funny castle. It has two sets of walls, and between them is a terrace, I think it is in English, that apparently sometimes used to hold war machines like catapults and trebuchets. And I kind of wanna try creating that look. Obviously this is just a game, so we'll see how faithful to that we can get, but here we are. What are we doing today? Today we're making Carcassonne, or something inspired by it, because I was there on vacation and it's my favorite castle of all time. Nothing more to it than that, but yeah, I really love the thing. And it's a southern French castle, and I just realized that I probably set it out a little bit too far. Anyways, let's see if we can... I don't mind the backside here as much as I want it to be looking like the reference image on this side. But yeah, the reference picture I have up on your screens too. Yeah, had to check that it's on there. Yeah, that's a print we got as a souvenir, and it's my phone camera image of it, so don't mind the quality of the picture. But yeah, it's a really old castle. Apparently we learned this while we were there, that the city has, or the place where the city now is, has been inhabited since like 3000 before Christ or something like that. Something crazy. So yeah, it's a really old place for a city, and just I love it to bits. I really should have zoomed out. Oldie for sure. Yeah, that's a way to put it for sure. Yeah. No lies detected. Where's the... Here we go. I'll probably add another one on there. Yeah, so actually it's kind of fun. The wall that is on facing the reference picture, it used to be apparently painted in stripes for some sort of art installation or something, and those were still kind of sort of visible, and that was kind of a cool little detail to have like a zebra striped little castle. And it was really cute and lovely, and I can't tell you enough how much I love it. What color are we making this? Yeah, let's keep it with that thing. But yeah, so as I said, it has been inhabited for a really long time. But the thing is that it also has both kind of medieval parts to it, and some of the towers on the inner wall are from the Romans, who apparently built them out there for God knows what reason. And those were really interesting, and I can't wait to show you. I'll first probably build up the outer wall too, just so I have a reference here for myself. But anyways, how are you doing? It's been a little while, to say the least. Where do I want this to go? Actually up here, because there's going to be an entrance and a bridge up into the castle itself, or the village itself. Here we go. And also, since this is the first stream I'm doing after I got affiliate status, I am very much open to any and all suggestions of all kinds, kind of in regards to what kind of emotes you want to see, or whatever else you might come up with. I'm because I got the notification like a day before I left for the holiday, so I haven't had any time to kind of think about it. Heard something about how they built the walls in a certain way so that if enemies attack the walls would disperse the impact all over the wall and not just attacks. Yes, that is what used to happen, especially when kind of gunpowder became a really big thing. So that's kind of why, if you've seen any like 1700s, 1800s castles, those usually nowadays usually have those kind of star-shaped outcroppings. Those are made for exactly that reason. I believe you are correct. I will have to adjust the height of these when I figure out what kind of height I want to make the turrets and towers of this. But yeah, actually let's raise this one up just so we have a bit of a better place to build the... What am I talking about? The bridges in. We still have some castles preserved here in Portugal, but they are kind of far from my area because I can't visit them often. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I would love to come to Portugal to watch them though, not gonna lie. We have like 7 medieval castles here in Finland altogether, like at all, and like at least 3 of them are only ruins nowadays. So on this side there is a, and that's way too long for the, where the frick did it, why? Go further down, please. Thank you. But yeah, so I honestly, if I had any kind of castles more easily accessible to me, I would probably be visiting them way more often. What did the entrance look like? Because the kind of most of the city is on the other side of the river here nowadays, in modern times, and yeah, it's quite a walk, let's say. From down here you go over a bridge or any of like 3 to 4 bridges to get into the city, and then you have to walk most of the way around to get in. And there is a entrance on this side too, but we didn't use it for some reason. I'd practically live in a castle if, yeah, if it were closer. Yeah, me too. Yeah, though it is kind of funny, like, when I think about it, I do live quite close to one bastion that kind of protected the capital in, like, I have no idea what years. A friend of mine is probably going to sigh heavily when I say I don't remember, but that is semi-close, but it's somehow not as interesting. You found the fun fact command. Congratulations. Yeah, Marie Curie's belongings are still radioactive. Apparently you need a permission to go visit and see them in person, even if you are a researcher yourself. But I think that's good for now for the entrance. I believe there is a... Yeah, now that I think about it, do I have any space to put another hill that I can then move? Here we go. I want it to be right there. Maybe not right there, but you know what I mean. A little bit of a landing on this side. Just because I remember there being a... This is actually the way to get down or into the area between the walls. I really am not happy with this this hill. Can I... Does that help anything on this side? Not really. Oh well. Oh well. What you gonna do? But this side... Let's actually disconnect that thing. There is a huge or 2 pillars on both sides, and in the middle of them is the entranceway, and it's a really thick wall on that side. How many times do I have to hit the fun fact button? I don't think I have that one yet. I decided to kind of limit or kind of how do I put it? I had to make decisions about which facts to include and which ones to not include, because otherwise it would have been kind of a lot, to be fair. I think I kind of want something like that. And then, let's see, if I add a little bit of wall around it, maybe something like this. It's going to be a little bit too... Yeah, that's not going to work. But the thing is, like, you can walk all around the castle walls, both in between the castle walls and on top of these inner ramparts when you go into the main castle museum. And we did that. It's not that far of a walk, actually. It was only like 2 kilometers. It was kind of a murderous 2 kilometers in the plus 40-degree weather, but it's still there. It's very much doable. And that was really fun to do also. I kind of want this to be something like this. Yeah. And now in the real castle there's a statue of the saint of this city in there, in that little alcove. And actually I think I'm going to make these ones bigger too, now that I think of it. But I'm kind of wondering, should I make the... I probably should. The kind of ramparts you can walk on top of right now, before I even go any further with this. Yeah, I think that's going to be quite necessary, otherwise I won't have the space to do that. But yeah, you can absolutely kind of walk on the walls, and you can just visit almost every single one of the towers. You kind of have to walk through them to kind of get around. And there were really nice, interesting tidbits. Like one of the towers, like obviously in addition to the gate houses, gate towers, there's also one of the towers was the treasury for the whole thing, so that's where you kind of had all of it, all of the tithes, all of the taxes kind of collected in there. And then on the other side, oh, we actually went through that already, like around here is the main castle, and you can just walk from the castle through the whole thing. And there's one of the towers that's the kind of bishop's tower, it was called, and that's, you know, kind of what exactly what the name implies, the bishop's tower. And it's really, really cool, not gonna lie. I think now I'm going to add another. Please snap in there. What's going on? Oh well, I'll keep it like that. And then try and just attach this so that you can walk around here. And then can I kind of attach these ones? I think so. Your dreams of becoming Spider-Man are coming to life. I'd be running through that singing the Spider-Man theme song. I gotta admit, I have not watched any, I don't think I have watched any Spider-Man movie since like the 2000s ones. I'm just not that into superhero things, to be honest. I am going to leave this like this because I can attach a tower right there, so I don't have to mind the thing. Let's get rid of these things. Okay, do we have all of them? Yes. I am going to kind of try and get these to the same relative level so that it kind of looks believable, but I'm not going to be married to this that far at least. It's not going anywhere. It kind of fell off after the WandaVision show, but I am planning probably on watching the Superman movie in 2 weeks. Is there a new one coming out, or something else? I think you're implying that there's a new one coming out, but yeah, that sounds fun. I also haven't been watching a lot of movies, to be honest, like in cinemas, I mean. I don't know why. I mean, obviously the tickets are expensive as hell nowadays, but nope, let's not add one. There we go, just a little bit higher. One that released recently? Okay, yeah, figured as much. Thanks for confirming. But yeah, I don't even think I've ever seen a superhero movie in kind of theaters. Always, I might be lying, but it's not that I remember any of them. Either way, even if I did watch it in a movie theater or at home. And I don't know why. They're always action-packed and always kind of, you know, made exactly to grip your attention. Oh, hello, where are you going? Goodbye. Have fun, I think, wherever you're going. But, what am I doing here? What was I doing? What was I doing, indeed? I think I should probably add a kind of platform that goes down there. Let me make it very wide. And then up there. Because in the real castle now, you can go on a horse carriage ride in between the walls, and that's kind of fun. For the month of August, on every Tuesday, my city has a movie session on a local park for free. I don't really go, but I decided, you know what, it's free, fuck it, let's go. Ooh, that sounds interesting. That sounds cool as hell. Like, do they have a kind of a theme on what movies they're playing, or is it just something that's semi-relevant, recent, or is it just completely random? Let's see, can I make this a little bit better? Oh, it's crying about this thing. Okay. Now is better. Yes, there we go. There we go. I believe there was a kind of rampart section in the outside ones too, but I kind of want to get to the towers, that's the word I'm looking for. But which side is it? Most of the Roman turrets, towers were on this side, so I think I'm going to keep with that and add them here. I mostly go with the recently released, but it's the anniversary of any Portuguese movie. They will showcase that one over any foreign ones. Makes sense. That's a really cool way to do it. let's see, where is it? It's trying to snap to the wall. I don't want it to snap to the wall. How big should I make these? I think that looks like around the correct scale. I kind of want there to be a lot of the towers because there were a freaking lot of the towers in the real one. Let's see. But these ones were really fun. The Roman towers. They were kind of flat on the side that faces the inside, faces the city. But on the outside, there's a half circle that just covers the whole of that side. I need to put it way further in. Is it control to get it to not snap? Yes, it is. Here we go. I'm going to have to really fiddle with the roof on this one, but who's to say? Here we go. Something like this. Oh my goodness, it's already looking amazing. Yeah, that is exactly what I was looking for. It was quite a bit higher, and then there was a... It went way further upwards. Can I please? Thank you. Yeah, sure, whatever. I'm going to add one on this side too. There-ish. And see, can I make this one attach itself into the round one? Nope. Obviously not. What was I thinking? Ooh. Ooh, I really like how that looks. And then we can add a door. Oh, we can't add a door because it's too small. And then I'm going to need to lift this one up. I feel like it's going to creep upwards and upwards the more I'm going to build. But there's a door there and a door here. How can you be too far down? There, let's go. Let's go. Actually, can I? Yeah, I can, but then it's... Okay, let's take it back and just have it be like that. Just a bit weird looking, but oh well. And then just all kinds of shooting holes in all the different directions. But yeah, I had a lovely time in this city. We spent the whole day inside this town, and it was really awesome. We had a lunch in a restaurant in there, and we asked for a local wine we could try. And apparently there's a vineyard right outside the city. Like, the restaurant owner said it was like 200 meters from the restaurant inside this old city that they got their wines from, and it was lovely. We have so many good food places for food restaurants that we visited, and loved every single one of them. Let's see. I think there was a few of these exact same ones on this exact same side, and the ones on the outside, if there were any no, what's the word? Really, I'm blanking on this. Towers. Thanks. Towers on the outside walls, because the outside wall is way newer. And they were way different looking. Let's see. Make this one be inside. Perfect. And there was also the interesting kind of design to the build, or the whole city, to be honest. Let's see. What am I trying to accomplish right here? I am something like this. Yeah, they're sisters, not twins, as I say every time I'm trying to do anything with makeup. But why did you add these things? Get rid of them, please. Thank you. And also that one. There we go. What was I talking about? I know I was talking about something, but I already blanked out on it. I have a good memory, it's just that it's really short. I keep telling myself that, but I must believe it, otherwise I should be seeing a doctor, to be honest. What was I? I was thinking about something. I know I did. Oh well, it'll come to me. I have to live in hope. Let's go. It was something about the walls and the towers on the underside of it. Actually, now that I think of it, these ones should be halfway down the hill, right? I'm sounding like I'm asking you, but maybe I am. Here. Thank you. I'm wondering if it is just easier to probably just make a new wall rather than trying to bring this one down. Wonderful. Oh well. Here we go. But yeah, on this side there's actually also a way down that used to have a little Colosseum looking round tower right at the edge of the water. That used to be kind of a defensive structure for the river itself. I can't tell you or how it would have worked, but it was there. It for sure was there. There were only ruins left of it, and nowadays in the exact same place where the round tower used to be, or the Colosseum looking thing used to be, nowadays there is a medieval church. Remember to take care of yourself. Remember to drink. Yeah, about that. My glass is empty, but I'll get to it later. Oh, I do not like how well you could hear that. Are you taking care of yourself? I mean... Yes and no, yes and no. Let's just say that it was nigh impossible to sleep in the plus 40 degree weather in hotels that didn't have air conditioning. But we're getting there. I'm way too excited about the build to not be here right now. And I see that I have ads starting in like 20 minutes, so I'm probably going to take a break then. So none of you miss any of the action. This game is so action-packed, etc. So yeah, I have no explanation for you why. why I said that, but I think this looks way better for the outside walls. Yeah, I think I actually need to add a... there is a gate in the city right around here, and it goes down. And I think I need to add that before I kind of do anything else. Otherwise, it's going to be way harder to retrofit it in here. Actually, it should be visible on the reference image that we all have on screen. The bad thing is that I can't really make out what it has on it. Let's see. Can I zoom in? Nope. But I think it's right about in the middle of that reference image. So, if we look at it here, it should be around here somewhere. Yeah, just a slight bit to the right of the middle, yeah. Yeah. So, let's start with that thing. It goes in kind of a zigzag form. If I remember correctly, so it also goes just with the hills, and there is no kind of a bigger... Let's see, what's... first of all, let's bring it upwards so that we can actually see it somewhere around here-ish. And I think that's going to be good enough. I think I should be able to add a path on it. Just out here and from here. And then it kind of snakes down into the city down below. Now that looks hideous. Let's see, how can I make this any better? At least a little bit from the inside. Something like this. Probably, yeah. That's probably going to be the best we can do right there. Where's the hill? Here it is. And I don't quite like how this is functioning. Let's see. Is that any better? I mean, if we just make it go in a straighter angle right there, I think that's a little bit better. And then we need to add another hill right in the middle here to make it a little bit more kind of flat-ish. So that it actually looks like a gate. That would make sense in a real world. I mean, that's going to look hideous anyways. Do I need to have another hill? I mean, we can try. Maybe a bit upwards. Like something like this. It's a bit smoother. I think I'm going to live with this. Oh, there's a butterfly. The important things in this game. Yeah, I think I'm going to keep it like that, and then obviously add all of the towers everywhere. Do we see? I'm trying to just lean in so far that I can see what I'm doing. Or what I'm trying to emulate. I think this one should be a rectangular one. And make it the kind of smallest it can be. I also believe this one should be a blue roofed thing. Let's see. Let's see. There we go. But yeah, the kind of Roman tiles were just, you know, fired clay tiles, and that's what a lot of the towers are. But in the restorations from like 1870 or something along those lines, the architect responsible for most of the drawings for the restorations decided to add slate roofs, and I really love the detail that it adds, just having two different kind of roofs on the city, just so, or at least in the kind of defensive towers, because I think it tells a really interesting story for the city itself. Kind of like you have, like you can clearly tell which parts are from which era and so on. And there is a separating wall right here. This one maybe should be a little bit further outwards here, but only one of these has a gate to the main city gate, and on this side of this separating wall, at least nowadays there is a way through here, but the main castle is going to be sitting right here on the inside, and there's a direct access to the outside of the city that is very, very well defended. So that's going to be on the other side of that thing. But let's add another piece of tower here. Just so many towers all around. Actually, should this one be the... doesn't matter. We're doing something our own way. Maybe a bit bigger. And further outwards, so it doesn't get a door in there. Yeah, I think this is good. This is good, and then there's going to be a wide gate thing. How am I going to make that happen though? I think I don't want it to have a roof on it, but I think it should have a set of towers flanking it, right? That makes sense to me. They don't need to be that big though, so maybe we'll keep it like this. And just move it just enough that it doesn't have a doorway down there. Actually, I really like the stone pillars that it generates right there. I really do. Let's see if we bring it just down enough. Maybe we need to make this just a little bit wider. There we go. It doesn't look that great. Maybe we need to move this one outwards so it doesn't like touch the other one. Yeah. Yeah, I like that. I like that one way more. Way better like this. And like all of these are just chock full of these shooting holes in like every direction. You could like literally see almost any direction from any of these. And it was really fun kind of walking around and just seeing everything that's around you. both on the inside of the city and on the outside. Like, I think you could see the whole thing, and you could see kind of the mountain range in the distance. Huh. I have never paid that much attention, but there is a sort of a mountain range right up there. Huh. Good to know. I probably should have... Actually, no, that is exactly correct. Like, then... Yeah, in that general direction is the... Appalachian Mountains? Don't. Appalachian Mountains are in the Americas, right? Now I'm doubting myself a whole lot because I just do not know enough about geography. Well, like, I know about geography, I really get confused about the names of places. Like, especially if they sound the same as someplace else, and yeah. I do admit I do get confused. It's in North America, yes. Yeah, exactly. So what's the mountain range between France and Spain? What's that one called? How many towers and what kind of towers? There's a cathedral in the city right here. And there's also this whole kind of area right here used to be for the church and a convent. And later on the Inquisition was also close by. And then there's the castle. This rest of kind of... let's say 2/3 of the city is just for citizens. Pyrenees? Yeah, probably. I had to really think about that because that's yeah, it's I think Pyrenees. I think that's how you spell it in English, but yeah. Yeah, I think you're correct. That one's... Yeah, but you can see the Pyrenees from the city. And this kind of river here, this went from the it flows down into the Mediterranean, and it goes right up to Toulouse. So this was a really, really important trading river. And that's kind of what this whole thing is protecting. Or controlling is more of the correct term for it, but now that I am here thinking about it, let's add the bridge to go over this thing. I'm going to add a lot of these kind of divisions right here, if it's going to let me. Because kind of the oldest what's the word? Bridges here were kind of steep, and they were really tall for some reason, and it was really fun walking over them. I believe that like these can't have been original bridges or even Roman bridges because they blocked a lot of the river, now that I think of it. So kind of if it's such a important river to go through, then it's kind of weird that if you build such a big bridge with such big pillars in it, that you block a lot of the bigger ships from going through. So those must have been a later addition when the kind of railways became more of a thing. Can't imagine it otherwise. That's actually a bit too much in the way. I don't think I can make it any smaller than that. Otherwise it kind of doesn't make sense. And also, yeah, you literally cannot make it any smaller than that. And there's just a heads up, 5 minutes to an ad break. I believe I do have some automation that should put an notification in chat to let y'all know that it's coming, but it's the first time I've had it, so we'll see if it actually does what it's supposed to do. Let's see. Sorry, I'm doing something in OBS. There we go. There we go. Yeah, that's going to be good enough for now. Yeah, I might add some buildings here when I get to it, but for now, let's keep it like this. Let's keep it like this and continue on with adding a lot of towers, though. Do I... Yeah, now that I look at this, I really want this one to be a square one. I think I'm going to make this one the quote-unquote bishop's tower. Apparently there also used to be, like, around here somewhere relative to this, there used to be a Inquisition jail, prison, whatever. And we went, there's a torture museum in Carcassonne, and yeah, that was an interesting visit, to say the least. Humans are awful. Humans are fucking awful. But I don't know what I expected. I mean, I do look at the news every now and then. Anyways, how does this thing look? Manual zoom in, bring the tablet closer to my face. I have absolutely no idea what I'm looking at. But yeah, this one does look like it's... Oh, does it go over? Does it kind of do this sort of a thing? Just go all the way through? Kind of looks like it. Or maybe it's just a tower that's only on the outside wall and just really, really tall for some reason. But no, I think it is like this, and then, and just because I can, we can add things like this. I think that looks cool. Let's add another one on this this edge. Let's see. Make them around the same height. Yeah. And then... Yeah, there was one of these Roman towers that had a... Kind of, most of them had this... Oh, how did that happen to you? Anyway, they were kind of closed all around. But one of these, I believe it was on this side, had like just a full open backside in facing the city inside. And that was kind of really weird. It wasn't explained anywhere why it was like that, but... what can I say? Let's make this one a red one. Ad break is about to start. Good. Good, good, good. That one works. So, I'll play this until the starts in 40 seconds, and then I'm going to be right back and go get myself some water. And you do that too. Take care of yourselves, and thank you so much for being here, everyone. I really appreciate you all being here. I don't like this one as much as I thought I would. Let's see what it looks like if I do it like this. Just kind of add a something interesting looking roof inside here. But so that I still have the crenellations. Yes, ads are starting, so I'm going to take the... Be right back. Thanks for waiting, guys. I was so graciously informed during this break that I have in fact seen Into the Spider-Verse with my husband, and yeah, he kind of asked, kind of not, that I share his joke about it. If Into the Spider-Verse happened in Europe, it wouldn't be Miles Morales, it would be Kilometers Morales. Yeah, thank my husband for that. You're welcome. You're also welcome. Anyways, yeah, let's continue building this thing. I am taking suggestions if anyone has them. If you see something that from the reference image better than I do, please inform me. Well, my eyes are not the best to kind of see anything from my tablet, like meter and a half away, because I do not keep my desk organized, so it's kind of a far away. I wonder if... Oh well, that's my problem for later on. Anyways, I probably should have started kind of blocking in some features I want there to be, but I didn't, so I'll see if I can make do after I kind of finish this tower. Also, I need to add all of the doors into this one, as I don't have them yet. Let's see. I want to make this kind of a little bit wider. And so that it has a little bit more space to add the doors. And something like that. Yes, it didn't add any back in there. There we go. That's going to have to be good enough. I mean, I could not be happy with it and keep fiddling, but I don't want to. I want to keep building. This one doesn't look the same size as the other one, does it? Maybe it is. Maybe it is. It's just some weird visual, not hallucination, visual illusion. Illusion. That is the word I am looking for. Yeah, something along those lines. Yep. Yep. Let's go. Let's go. I think there should be another wall right there. So you actually can't, like, for free walk into the middle of the battlements if you take the outer gate. Not that it's actually that possible. I don't think this city was ever taken. At least not after it got its walls. But yeah, these kind of now that I remembered it again, I really want to build the inside castle. I just realized that I built too much. There's a moat around the big castle. How do I make that happen now? I mean, I could... No, that doesn't work. I really should have thought about it. Can I... Obviously not. If I add a... Nope. Thing. Let's see. Does this work? No. It's only additive. I can only bring things upwards. Well, shit. That's funny. Anyways, can I... Do I just... I mean, there, I don't think I can ever click it again, so that's good enough. But there is a moat, and the castle itself on the inside is also quite complex. There's something that was kind of Roman made, the main building. There's the kind of keep itself, kind of the biggest thing. I'm just blocking it in. There's a thing that came out in a 90-degree-ish corner to it. For some reason, I believe this is once was part of the outer wall to the main castle itself. Then there's a kind of wall situation. There's a good few towers on this thing. I think there was one in this corner too. And then there's the moat that has a little bridge on top of it that kind of connects it to this outside area, or yeah, a tiny little landing area. And on that tiny little landing area there's also a... Nope, not like this. A square tower. That's actually really interesting of a tower, to be honest. I really loved the whole thing about it. It was open on this backside, so when or if, and obviously around this thing there was also a little set of protective walls, like right here. And well, yeah, obviously it's not going to work as well because there's no moat right there, but I think I can actually make it. Let's see. If I take away this thing, and I think I can just erase this wall right here. And if I remember correctly, I should nowadays be able to do something like this and add a level to this thing. Yes, I think that's working wonderfully for right now. I think this is the smallest I can make it though. Yeah, good enough. Can I make this into a wooden one? Let's see. It's kind of a shame you can't really make this one into a fully wooden thing right now. At least not yet. Let's actually make the wood actually 100% of the dark wooden variety. And let's take the... Nope, I should have thought about that. Okay, I'll let the railings be for now, at least. It was way lower, and then there's another level to it. And actually, if I do it like this, and then add another level, I can actually have the roof on it. Let's see, and somewhere around there. Bring it upwards, make it way smaller, and then make it like this. Yes, I love it. I love it, I love it, I love it. It's way too small, but that can be arranged. Like something like this. Yes. I'm trying to make the wooden beam disappear. That's good enough, I think. And then let's make a way smaller of a road in. And then there was this really intense kind of defensive tower right on the inside of the city that you can't really just do anything to the main castle itself. It's really hard to kind of get through there, and yeah, I really loved it. I truly do. I can't remember. I don't think there was a straight road going right through the city. I believe it was kind of a winding road. You couldn't just walk straight through. Also, there's roads were very, very small. But I believe you had to kind of go through there-ish. And then there was a road up there. This one continued on the side of the castle, just about straight into the other gate. And that one was kind of good. There's a road that went through here, right to the backside of the cathedral. I don't think the cathedral went right up against the wall, but then again there was kind of, it was blocked here because there's a theater kind of space right here. I don't know what it used to be historically, but that was kind of there. It was blocking kind of everything. You could only see it from the ramparts if you were walking on the walls. And then there was a... Let's see, I'm just going to start blocking things out so I know what I want and where. It was kind of a square-ish blueprint to the wall, cathedral thing. And actually I'm going to make it in from a stone thing so that I don't have to edit most of these out. Most of the buildings were fully made out of what's the word? Stone, but there were a few that were kind of relics from the past. Oh yeah, that's what... Yeah, there's a huge hotel here nowadays, right up against the wall. That's why we couldn't get through there. Let's get rid of the road then. Yeah, that went right up against the cathedral right here. It probably used to be something way different, but that's kind of what was there. And then there is a really small medieval building just facing towards it. Apparently some of the city's lords and ladies used to live in this building right next to the church. And then there's a bunch of random houses right here. Yes, that went... Huh. Now that I think, yes, this needs to be a little bit further out. Because there was a road both sides of it. So let's make that one just connect to there, because I don't know what else to do with it, since this is such a small space in the game. I am limited by what is kind of possible here. Yeah, that's good enough. For now, at least. I think there was a kind of half-moon shaped butt to the cathedral. And there was a road that went somewhere around here. Now, obviously, there's a little bit more space on the front side of the church. There's going to be a few doors and towers on the church itself too. Don't worry, I'll get to it later. And through here, I can't remember. There was nothing really here. I think there might have been another gate here at some point, but can't remember. It didn't use it. And well, yeah, then through here, obviously. And there's a square here that's full of restaurants nowadays, and you could get like through 4 or 6 different roads into there. It went almost straight to the castle. Yeah, and then a lot of way smaller roads, I think, at least here. I'll just fill these up willy-nilly because I do not know what else to do. I do not know what the sound was, don't ask me. I'm not going to be able to answer it. And actually, I'm going to keep these ones big like this. Maybe we can have some sort of a inner courtyard to some of these buildings. I do not have a plan to kind of, well, I can't even make anything that's fully 100% accurate to real life, because I do not have the space for it. So I think we're going to have to kind of take some little liberties with this kind of inner courtyard thing also. So maybe just add a... I'll have to come back to that thing too. But there is a road in addition to this one that went somewhere in this direction. I believe we did actually walk during the day we had here, that almost 100% of the city, and I'm really happy we did, though that does mean that I can't remember everything that was in there, because obviously it was full of tourists, and it apparently was the height of tourism season, so yeah, it was really full, at least kind of in the middle of the day. It was you know, later in the evening and earlier in the morning it was very manageable. But other than that, it was kind of a lot of people everywhere all at once. But I think that's good enough, at least for now. So that's what we're going to fill out eventually. But I would like to get back to the towers, etc. I probably should pre-color all of these into the color I want them to be. I think most of these were of the blue roofed variety. Was even this one? I think, yeah, sure. Let's do that. This one was a brown one. That's a kind of townhouse. Those didn't seem to have any rhyme or reason as to what color they were. And the cathedral was mostly a stone roof. So that's what I'm going to add right there. And yeah, let's go. What do we want? What do we want to do? What do we want to make? Where do we want to make it? I kind of want this to poke out a little bit on the outside. Just to really imply that it's part of the wall, part of the buildings. Part of the buildings, part of the defensive structures is what I meant to say. Yeah, it's kind of a shame I don't have more room, because I think the most gorgeous part of this castle is the wall right here, like right next to this the little inner bridge over the moat. 'Cause it has the... Oh shit, I just lifted my gaze up on my second screen and I can't see shit on it. There's sun shining right on it. Oh well. But yeah, it has a covered walkway on the wall that has a lot of... actually, I can show you. I can show you. I do not need to even leave the game, because I have made the thing. If I scroll back far enough here. It has this kind of thing on top of the wall, like this wooden structure that has all sorts of murder holes and a lot of space to shoot out of. And there's also a... Why is this a winter map? Now that I think of it. How did this end up happening? Anyways, there's... I can't remember what the name of these things are. Especially when they kind of poke out of the stone structured walls. And just these things that you can shoot out of. Let's get back to the actual Carcassonne. Carcassonne. Yeah, that was straight out, fully out of context for you guys, but we had a adventure on our way to Carcassonne. We don't have a car, and we didn't rent a car, so we flew to Paris, and from Paris we took a train. And on the way down south to Carcassonne, we had two trains and both of them were a lot late. So they both left on time from their stations, but nope. Immediately, like 5 minutes after leaving, we're late and we missed our connection. So we had to spend a day in just waiting in Lyon. No big deal. But then we got on the late night train to Carcassonne. And yeah, that too was late for an hour and a half. And the conductor of the train just completely lost it at some point. They when they made the announcement that next stop Carcassonne, we don't speak French, so we didn't understand any other bit of it. But they just picked up the phone to make an announcement on the train and just blah 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 Carcassonne, and just everyone had a laugh just listening to that. And after that dude, another conductor, we suppose, came online on the speakerphone and made the announcement in English that we're arriving at Carcassonne and they just spent a few seconds at the start of their announcement to just laugh. They couldn't get a word out of their mouth because they were laughing so hard. And so that was a highlight of the journey. Carcassonne. Yes, it was wonderful. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening to my weird ramblings. Anyways, what am I doing? I think I've just been futzing about while I talked about that. What does my reference image show me? It doesn't really show much. Probably add this thing here. I think this one is a red roofed tower. But anyways, how are you guys doing? What's going on with you? How's your week been? Anyone visited Carcassonne? Anyways, here we go. What's on here? What is on here? I think these ones should be a little bit closer to the main castle. Do I care? No, not really. Last work week of the summer. Good riddance. So that's going well. Has it just... Are you just fed up with the work, or is it has something happened? Like, are you fed up with the clients or just the work itself? Yeah, I think that's good enough. Actually, if I just put this one a little bit closer to the other one, I think I can get away with not adding another tower. Yeah, that seems good enough. Actually, yeah, that looks way more. Kept overbooking the tour, so I feel like I've just been yelling at all day long to make people hear me. Oh, that sounds shitty. How many people have you then had, like, on a single tour? Because I imagine, like, 20 is probably just a standard. Not a good standard, but probably a standard amount. But how many have you had then? Let's actually make this one touch this tower. Just for the sake of nothing. I have no clue why I think that would be good. We were supposed to have max 35 people per tour today. I had merely 50 on one. Oh, that's a... that's a lot. That sounds like a fucking classroom situation. Why is there no... There's no doorknob on this. Like, there should... Like, if we add one here... See? There's a doorknob. Why is there no doorknob? Is it on the other side? It's on the other side. Huh. That's weird. Okay, well, I'm sure that's passable. I'll have to live with that. But let's actually... Ooh, now I know what I can do. Let's see if it works. This might be a horrible idea, but bear with me. Whoops. It was indeed a bad idea. Let's see if I... It's kind of creating the hole to hell right here. Do I keep it? Do we keep it? I mean, it's not the worst. It just really does look like someone's trying to kind of dig their way into Mines of Moria from straight above. Maybe I'll just... Let's not do that then. There we go. I really would have wanted there to be a moat, but I guess I can't have everything. if I just... Cause I would also kind of be happy if I made this into a kind of lifting a drawbridge. Is that the word? I think that is the word. But I don't know how to make that happen. Thank you for lurking. I appreciate you all being here. Anyways, what am I doing? What am I building? What is happening? So the mode idea is not working, so let's see. If we make these ones a little bit bigger, can I kind of justify having a wooden what's the word? I do not know. Oh, actually I can snap it into the middle of it. Just a little kind of platform somewhere around here. It's going to be way too... Oh, yeah, I should probably change it into a wooden one, see if that makes the railings a bit thinner, if that makes it a little bit more believable sized. Nope, because I have to keep it so small that it doesn't create the legs for the thing. Let's see. If I now add another one and try to bring it way down. I mean, that does look a bit... Whoop. I'm trying to just make it like this. Yeah. Let's see. Can I... I don't like that it has these pillars, like these supporting pillars, I mean. It does look kind of funny, so no, let's get rid of those both of those things and just live with it like that. Shame. Oh well. I was going to add a lot of cobblestone here on the inside so that it kind of has a open feel to it, that you can't just waltz right in through the courtyard of it. And then I need to get rid of it so there's no door right there. Did I do that on the other side too? And that one can stay right there. That's fine. Maybe lower these ones down a little bit. Just a touch. And I kind of want to make these a touch bigger. So that it just covers all sides of those a little bit better. I actually kind of like the towers having a little bit of a convex roof. I think that looks a little bit better. Just a touch of it, not a lot. There-ish, something like this. Yeah, I'm going to have to do that to all of them, aren't I? Oh well, I should have thought about that before I plopped all of these down here, but I'm going to have to live with my own consequences, aren't I? Here we go. Maybe the square ones too? Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. Let's bring those up. Anyways, what else did I do? What else did we see? Yeah, we also saw Mont Saint-Michel in the northern kind of... I think it faces the English Channel in the Atlantic Ocean. And that was also cool. We saw that one first. It's also a really freaking old place. I think that one has been kind of populated, or the area around it has been populated from the Roman times too. Kind of everything was so freaking old in France, and I loved it. Kind of just anything and everywhere. Even in Paris, you couldn't just... We waited for a bus in the middle of town, just in nowhere in particular. And there was a church from the 1600s, or was it even 1300s, just sitting there. It didn't even show up on the map. It kind of just didn't show up in the Google Maps when we were looking for our route to the next place. It just wasn't there. We had to specifically look it up and zoom really close to kind of see it pop up there. And we just had a lot of these awesome looking buildings and places everywhere that we just couldn't quite wrap our heads around it. And the Mont Saint-Michel one was exactly the same. Like, the whole thing had a really weird kind of creation story. And we heard all about it on the bus ride there. We had a what's the word? Guided tour in to the place and in there. Or well, we had a kind of audio guide application that we listened to or read through as we went through Mont Saint-Michel. And like the whole thing used to be just a convent for I don't remember which denomination of Christians, but a few of them. And yeah, it was just all of France was just so full of history, and it was really kind of inspirational, both for kind of this game, but also for Dungeons and Dragons, or well, those games that we kind of play with our friend group. And kind of now I have the urge to kind of come up with and create a lot of saints for the Dungeons and Dragons world we play in. Like, there was just so many interesting things. Like, the whole of Mont Saint-Michel was created. It came to be because a bishop had visions from Archangel Michael, supposedly, and that's like, what the fuck? Why? Even if God tells you, or not even God, just an angel of God tells you to go and colonize a just useless island that's really hard to get to, that kind of tries to drown everyone trying to enter it, why would you? But anyways, kind of religion is a really powerful motivator, let's put it like that. So and since kind of in Dungeons and Dragons, kind of everyone has a god, and gods are way more present, I am now really inspired to kind of make a lot more, well, saints and gods, and kind of make them more present in the games. I don't know how I'm going to do that yet, but that's what I kind of really want to do for right now. Let's see, I'm trying to kind of raise these up a bit so I have more room to work underneath them in the main city. I think the castle itself is kind of a good scale, but I'm afraid I won't have room for doors in these buildings here if I don't add a lot more to them. Let's see. I want this one to be the wood building. And I also want it to be the white stucco. Yes. Also, I want it to be way degraded. I think it's this one. Because yeah, this one was the house for the... or at least had been a house for the lady of the city. And it was kind of funny seeing how you could see the building materials. You could see that there were both kind of good-sized bricks and stones, and then there were places that had to have been kind of filled in later because it kind of had fallen apart a little bit. And yeah, those little areas were kind of filled in with way smaller stones that kind of really stood out. Yeah, at least to me, to my eyes. And it was really fun to see. Just all of the history, just... Please snap. Thank you. Just visible through the little houses. And there were also a really weird kind of amount of confectioners kind of buildings. Some of them seemed really old and some of them very modern. Kind of I don't know why, but there were a lot of candy shops in the city of Carcassonne. I can't explain why or how they came to be, but there they were. Just all around. This is going to be too far down that direction. Yeah, because there is going to be another building right on the other side. Or at least one. And probably, maybe even a few more. Yeah, okay. What am I doing next? I think I'm again a victim to my ADHD, and I kind of switched tasks from doing all of the towers again. Anyways, let's add more of them. I think for variety's sake, I'm going to add a... Ooh, that's what I forgot. There were really fun towers on this side. Oh, you're stuck. You're gonna have to find your own way down. Can I? No, but I think if I move this thing, you're going to fly. There we go. Which direction are you gonna fly? Inside? Okay. You do you. No, outside? Is it following my cursor? No. It just decided to stay up there. I am curious to see what you're doing. There we go. Touchdown. Good sheep. Let's move this out just a little bit for no particular reason. But on this side there were... I think they were sort of like these towers with the flat side on the inside. But after that... Actually no, they were round ones, at least on the outside. Oh no, wrong color. Back to this, back to stone. And let's have you have the kind of floor markings. But these things also had a little kind of a nose thing. I don't know how else to kind of describe it, but there was just a tiny little corner poking out from from the tower. Just something open? Nope. Here. And it went all the way down. And then here. And I'm going to have to do it like that or something. Yeah, sure, why not? It's a wrong kind of no, how am I going to get this to actually face outwards? I think that's good. I did it. Woo! But just a little bit bigger. And then we can move this one a little bit out of the way. Are you going to let me move it? That's the widest it can be. But there were a few of these towers just kind of... They had these shooting holes right on these kind of outcroppings. I don't know how else to kind of describe these things. And then there were also obviously ones on the main tower part, just covering all of the parts on the outside, and it was really fun to see. I had never kind of realized that you could do that with a tower. Just build a weird looking kind of wing to it and just see what it does. And kind of seeing as this city hasn't been taken by anyone, hasn't been conquered, I think it worked out just fine for them. But that's one. Do I add another one? Actually, let's first do this thing. Just a tiny bit of convex, yeah, convex corner in there, and then probably one on this one through that direction. It's going to look a little bit funny because I can't actually get rid of these what are these kind of these toppers on a roof. I kind of wish I could get rid of them, but I'm not going to be that heartbroken about it. Anyways, there was at least 2 of these. Maybe add one here then. Add another one, just like it. Oh, I just realized... Wait a minute, where's this thing gone? Huh. Anyways, sure. Whatever. Whatever you say, fam. Oh, how did that happen? I love it how I'm just as confused as anyone else watching. Oh, now I see what yeah, that one was my fault. True. True. Maybe I should have actually kind of done all of the towers before I did any of the... Oh, that's a tree. For a second it looked like there was a rabbit or something right in the middle of there. Whoops. Anyways, let's add another one of these right into the middle of it. Make it the smallest it can be. Try to somehow... Oh, I can actually use those as a guideline. Huh. I feel smart right now. Smart. Anyways, yeah. Raise it up. Build it down. Something like that. Something like that. I think that's reasonably the same. Yeah. And then just add a whole bunch of windows. Just all over. Kind of the hardest thing about building these windows or any windows in this game is just trying to get them to align with each other. So that it doesn't look like, you know, hand-drawn. Something like that. Yeah, that's going to be good enough, at least for now. But yeah, the kind of funny story about the kind of inside walls is that when they decided that they wanted the outside walls, outside ring of walls, they also in that same time kind of decided that, hey, you know, guys, what would be cool if we had this kind of a terrace thing in the middle, in between both of the walls, so that we can actually have siege engines in the middle of them. And you know what we kind of should do to get that? If we dig the earth from kind of beneath the first wall that we have. Oh, hello. Oh, hello. If we dig up the first kind of dirt from beneath the first wall and then use that to pad out the terrace that we're going to build, and that seems like a reasonable way to do this, right? But that meant that they had to actually kind of prop up these existing towers and pillars and just build a new foundation underneath them. And I think that sounds like the freaking hardest way to go about it. Like, what do you mean I'm going to dig out the existing foundations and build new ones underneath when there is already something above, and just not tear it down, mind you, not build it up again. No, just go about and just prop it up. Like, what's up with that? How do you end up making that kind of decision in the Middle Ages? Like, you would think that there is a way easier way to do it. Like, maybe go further out and then just build it down there and just kind of make a cliff and bring the dirt inside, back inside. Kind of that would make way more sense to me. But then again, I'm not a medieval engineer, so what do I know? What do I know? Nope. I'm just futzing with the walls again for no apparent reason, but here we go. I think actually I'm only going to add one other tower right here in the middle of this. Just so it kind of looks like it's built kind of equidistant. Is that the word I'm looking for? Probably. And kind of evenly spaced out towers everywhere around the city. Maybe make this one a little bit smaller, just for the sake of visual interest. And bring all of these downwards. They kind of look really tall, these what's the word? The roofs of these towers. Let's try and make these a little bit more reasonable looking. I think that's good. No, I forgot to add the windows. Let's go. And like there were kind of most of these towers on the inner wall, they used to have a lot more floors to them, but the wooden floors had kind of fallen to disrepair and hadn't been rebuilt. But I remember reading from a few kind of plaques that there had been a floor above where we were standing, or where the plaque was, where we were reading it, and kind of that there had been way more kind of room to defend the city, and I really liked all of the detail. Oh, yeah, there's an incoming ad break. Thank you everyone for being here, and thank you for keeping me company while I ramble and build my favorite castle in the world. Thank you so much. Anyways, what am I doing with the main castle? I think there is a few kind of more robust windows. Not a lot, but just a few. Maybe add the shutters. Yes, add break in just 1 minute. So I will keep playing this time, but get yourself something to drink or something to eat, and I will be waiting for you to come back. Let's add a few sets of windows just for the sake of it. Like, there had been a few... Oh well, let's say that this is a medieval castle, and it showed there weren't kind of any of these pointy windows or fancy stonework to make more room for windows. These were just kind of plain walls with plain windows every now and then, and kind of really dark insides for the castle. And that was kind of what was going on in there. How did it look like? I suddenly don't even remember what the thing looked like. Like, there weren't that many windows, but maybe let's add a few on the inside. I kind of want there to be flowers on every one of these. Just make something symmetrical, nothing kind of... nothing really... I don't know what word I'm looking for, but nothing special, maybe? Maybe that's the thing I'm looking for. Oh yeah, there was an inner courtyard here somewhere. Ah, shit. How do I get that? Do I even want to make it? I mean, it was kind of fun. Kind of, there was a road that kind of took you in through here, or well, to be honest, you kind of came out that way, but there was a tunnel through underneath this building. You came out on this side, and there was an inner courtyard here, and there was, from the main castle, you could get up on the ramparts. And how did you... Because when you came from the tour of the ramparts, when you had walked through all of the city, you kind of came down. Good of them for coming out. Wait, what did I say? What did I say? What did I say came out? And but yeah, when you came from the ramparts, you somehow ended up down there, and then you exited the castle. Then, But there was a kind of building here that took you through here. Okay, yeah, I figured that much, but I already forgot what the context was. What did I... What was I talking about? I do not know. I could not tell you if I wanted to. I'm not sure if I want to kind of go through the fuzz of kind of building that out. I think I left myself way too little room to build it, because I kind of like how this looks right now. Like from here-ish. Is it just me, or is it... It was kind of flickering. Anyways, I kind of really like how this looks in relation to the kind of reference. I might still actually add the whatever is going on right here, the weird set of walls that goes down to the river. Let's see, because there is this kind of a thing, and we could actually make it way more historic or accurate by making it a ruin, and then we can just get rid of this bit, kind of try to make the same kind of shape, because you can get from the main castle down into here, down to the river-ish. So yeah, let's do that, at least for now. Somewhere around there. Somewhere. Something like this. I probably should have or shouldn't have done anything to... How did I... Oh, it's because it has the yeah, these floor lines on it, and that's why it kind of created the little windows for a little bit right there. Anyways, I wonder if there was a... I wonder if there is a kind of door here, or if there was... or a gate or something that goes down there, or if this one just has a... just something like this. I wonder why it's making this one be a flat one. Let's do it like this. Probably somewhere there-ish. And then another one mirroring it on this side. Somewhere there-ish. And into there. We can make it a bit nicer a bit later. Because seeing this, I kind of don't want there to be a wall right here. But then I don't know how you get kind of up. And because I think, like, you can walk through the whole of this, I know that. But should we make a bridge or something? I'm not so sure. I don't know what I want to do. I mean, if I'm being completely honest, I probably should just cave in and look for another reference picture. But I don't want to. I don't want to I really don't. I don't know what kind of my problem with it is, but I don't want to kind of take a breather here. I'm kind of really in the flow. But like, that looks kind of good, in my opinion. We can actually... Oh. Bring all of these points down here. And then just stretch it out like there. And then we can have a lot of cobblestone just go up and into the castle. It's really steep, but I think I can... No, I really can't live with that. Oh my goodness, that looks hideous. I mean, the easiest is going to just add a bit of stairs right there, so that's what I think I'm going to do. Yeah, let's add some stairs right in there. Stairs, there. And then widen it up. Probably something like this. Let me move it. Thank you. Maybe another set of like something like this. Maybe do something weird with it. Just because I can. Why not, you know? Make something like this. And then bring this one down there. Oh, it's going to... I'm going to have to get rid of some of the pathways. Like that. Yeah. I mean, acceptable. Maybe not the prettiest, but I don't know if I need it to be the prettiest, you know? Just as long as I have kind of something here. And bring that one up a bit too. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's good enough. And then add the doors. A double door? A double door. Yeah, sure, why not? But I am going to... the vines. The vines. All of them keep growing over my doors. Every single build. Oh well. And what can you do? Let's see, can I make this a little bit more smooth? Yeah. I think that's good enough. Yeah, that's going to be good enough. And now I am kind of sad that I don't remember how it went. Because I did see a few... Oh, well, let's be real, a lot of kind of graphs and maps inside the castle. And kind of everywhere around it. That kind of showed how it's going to go. Like, you are here, and you are going this way, and you're looking at this, and all of those wonderful kind of informational things, but I do not remember any of them. Or, well, at least not what they said. I kind of want to add a circular butt to the cathedral. We did witness from the ramparts when we walked them that there is a, for some weird reason, a door that goes to the roof of the cathedral for like no apparent reason. And that was really fun to kind of see. It was also kind of like the whole thing is made out of stone, and then there's just a bright red door to the kind of top of the cathedral, and that was really weird to see. Kind of just glancing over, like, oh look, really pretty cathedral that you have here. Why does it have a door right there? Like, we also saw a few other details from like in other buildings, primarily in Paris, that were kind of very Assassin's Creed coded in our minds. Just kind of like looked like really, really good places to grab a handhold and just climb to the top. I have no rhyme or reason as to why I'm doing any of this way, but here we are, here I am, this is what I'm doing right now. I'm just trying to add something just willy-nilly. There really is no reason as to why. Actually, this one probably should be way lower, and it actually should probably be that direction. I really don't like how this half moon thing is looking. Let's see if I make it this way. Does it look any better? It does. Yeah, I'm going to keep it like that. I mean, there was the tower that had the door in onto the roof, but I am not going to kind of force it if it doesn't look good in this game. Now is the way harder mission of getting these to look kind of the same width. Oh well. And then getting rid of all of these. I also know that there is a way to get what are the words? Kind of the arches on the kind of arches that, you know, support the sides of the building. I know I saw a tutorial for it in this game for I'm not gonna lie, probably like around a year ago now. Like it was when the game was almost brand new. But let's see if I can make it happen. We're going to need these walls here. Let me click it, thank you. And actually nowadays we have, I can make that happen. Bring the arch as far up as I want to. Like this. And then just, I need to build a little bit more road on the inside. But I think that's good enough. Yeah, see? Yes, I like that. And then I actually can also put all of these windows in the middle here. And get rid of all of this scatter terrain. Please. And then add more of these. I mean, they also went around the half moon shaped thing, or half circle shaped thing. But I am feeling a little bit lazy, so I won't be doing that. I am going to need to bring this up a little bit just so I can add a little bit of road here. I don't want it to be... No, it's going to be a pain in the ass to do that because now it's trying kind of... Because I can't add a lot more because then it's going to create holes in my walls. There. That's perfect. Okay. And then here, can I make the same thing happen here? Nope. Anyways. Okay. And just a little bit lower. That's perfect. Yeah, I mean, disregarding the little bit of a door that's appeared right there. But I think we can just keep going. What the fuck is it trying to do? Oh. Nope. I have absolutely no idea what's going on inside there, but I do not know how to get rid of it. Probably just clipping it and then hoping for the best. I think that's good enough. It's a little bit too close to the other one. There we go. Just a little bit further out. Yes. Yes. I like this. I kind of really want to get rid of the... this one. I mean, I can use it to kind of make the last one or last two ones on this wall. Put one there and set it up inside there. Please let me click. Thank you. Thank you. Here we go. Do we want one more on the edge here? I just realized that it looks a little bit like a spider if there is no other one, so I'm going to add one. I really hate spiders. I don't even have a, I mean, that's kind of the thing about phobias, is that they are not rational, but I fucking hate it. Like, there's absolutely no reason to be so disgusted by such a small animal that has done basically nothing wrong and is keeping us safe from kind of all of the mosquitoes, etc. But I fucking hate spiders. They're disgusting. They are fucking abominations with all of their legs. How many windows did I have here? 4? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, 4. And I just do not like them. I could probably give a lot. I mean, if I had a genie that would kind of pop out right now from thin air and ask me, like, would you want to get rid of spiders? Yes, in a fucking heartbeat. Probably less than a fucking heartbeat, to be honest. I do not like them. Let's go. And please let me click. Thank you. And more buttresses. Here we go. I think it's kind of... it is coming along nicely. I also kind of really want to try a rose window. I know it is possible somehow. And I think I sort of remember how to do it. Like you have to add another set of kind of these thin walls. Kind of right here. Kind of make a lot of these windows. Color them whatever color we want. And then put a wall in front of them with a other shape of window. If you got to choose a superpower, it would be a difficult choice between teleportation and repelling all insects, critters, amoebas, etc. I mean, that is a really good use of a superpower. Not even going to lie. I fully support you in that decision. How did I... First of all, this one is too close to that one. But how did I... Oh, I had one... Huh, okay. This is going to be fiddly, to say the least. Let's try to add a tiny bit more. There we go. Tiny bit more road just to push the arches just a little bit further inside the church. Here we go. Oh well. Do I care enough? I'd like to be able to control liquids. Huh, that's an interesting one. What do you mean by controlling liquids? Like just manipulating where they go, or just turning water into wine? Like what kind of control are we talking about? Because like turning any liquid into any other liquid would be kind of world ending. In a good way probably for you, but other than that, become a real life waterbender. Yeah, sure. I can see it. I can see that being fun as fuck. This is not somehow not correct. Probably just push all of these a little bit that way. Just a tiny touch, just so we get a little bit more breathing room in the end here. Like this. I think that looks like a cathedral, at least somewhat. You'd be able to help a lot of farmers, or even help during fire season. Yeah, but then again, you know, how the saying goes, with great responsibility, etc. Kind of then, do you think you would feel kind of obligated to do all of that? Control, thank you. I'm going to make the wannabe rose window with these things. I think that's the correct shape. If anyone pissed me off, I just controlled their blood circulation. That went way darker, way faster than I thought. Thank you for being terrified. Remember, remind me not to piss you off. I think I'm going to get rid of those. And then probably something along these lines. Ooh, first of all, I really like how it's kind of creating the archway down here, because now we can have a what's its face? Kind of not a hole, but you know, a what's the word? Come on, brain, work, function, please. Kind of this thing, kind of an arch for the door that we're going to put in there. More. maybe just a slight bit elevated. And then right there. And then... ta-da! Now we have a sort of a rose window. Where is it? There. Oh, I just realized I forgot to change the freaking colors of them. I'll be right back. Have you ever seen Pushing Daisies? Because that is how I'm imagining resurrection people. Yeah, I have seen a few episodes, not a lot though. Let's make both of these red. Maybe a yellow one there. Blue ones just for, I don't know, Virgin Mary for some reason. Green, green. More green. Did I leave? What color are these? Let's actually make these two yellow. And then bring this back up. I think I have. That's a long time ago. Yeah. If I have seen it, it's been a long ass time ago. But let's see. Ready? I think that looks awesome. You're welcome. Years ago. I think that looks awesome as a fucking rose window. I'm very happy with that. I do want it to be kind of a bigger door. There we go. There we go. And actually we could, and we probably want to change the colors of the main windows to the side, though I am not going to add kind of the rose windows to every single part of this, but kind of what would be a good color for... Again, we could make it fucking evil church and just have them have red windows all over. But I think I'm leaning more to the either purple or blue one. I mean, the yellow one is alright, but I think it's fucking boring. I'm going with blue on this side. We can maybe make this side another color and see, kind of compare. Maybe the blue and the orange one. If you change the color in the right rhythm, it looks like there's a rave in the church. I mean, yeah, probably. Let's see, what does it look like in nighttime? Oh. It doesn't really stand out. What about the purple one? They're not really that visible. Like, this one is kind of alright because you can see the other ones on my right next to it. There's one purple one that's... Did it get rid of... How did it get rid of my fucking window? Anyways. Let me know which color do you think would be best for the ones on the outside. Or the sides of the church. Like, where the fuck did it go? Anyways, I'll guess. I'll add another one. Right there. A bit lower. There we go. Because I really like the idea. Okay, let's test the red ones then. I mean, the city was a stronghold for the Inquisition for a good while, so maybe Evil Church is kind of on point. I mean, it certainly does look more foreboding, if nothing else. Maybe we should keep with the yellow one. Or maybe a green one. Let's see. And the church almost... Oh, well, I think we could also have, like, every other one be green, every other one be... Or, you know, 2 and 2. I mean, I kind of like the red and green one. Giving off kind of poison vibes, but, you know. Red glass is made using gold, so it could be a symbol of wealth. I mean, yeah, you are absolutely correct, but the thing is that it's giving kind of portal to hell to me. Don't know about you, but I'm not that fond of the red one. I mean, we could maybe if we have a red and yellow ones kind of right next to each other like that. That could be fun. That could be cool. Make a rainbow. Huh. That's an idea. How does the rainbow go? Kind of yellow, green, blue, purple. Oh, I kind of like that, though. I don't think it can... Kind of everything is blue, so it's really hard to make out the purple and blue one, so maybe red one. I mean, now it's just giving Simon Says, you know? You know the game? The little 4-color thing that you have to kind of tap the colors in the same order as they kind of light up. And then it's a memory game for children. I kind of like the kind of this configuration, like red and yellow, red yellow, red yellow. What do you think? Kind of now that I see that the kind of multicolor walls are an option, I am not so certain about this. Maybe green yellow, green yellow. Eh, that's kind of boring. I like this one more. I mean, the colors of the city were blue. Blue and yellow, shit. I don't feel like the blue kind of stands out enough. Simon Says is the game where someone gives command and you... I think that is another one. Yes, those are both called Simon Says. But I mean the color memory game one. I do not know what the color memory game one is called in Finnish, but Simon Says is Kapteeni Käskee also, yes. Right? I think. I believe. Maybe if we add a few more windows up here, and then we can just make a lot of these ones right below them. Yeah, kind of this is fucking giving Frollo from Notre Dame. Hunchback of Notre Dame is living here. And I am not up for that. Maybe make these ones kind of all of these. Kind of pretend that there's a or some sort of glass painting on those two. Oh, this one's way higher than the other ones. Actually, this fucking tower is way bigger than the other one. Just one moment. How do I... I think that's alright. I heard a snort from the couch, so I'm sure I will be informed how I said something really funny or what's the word in English? Kaksimielinen. Perverted. I mean, maybe if we bring these... No, okay. It wasn't a snort, it was that he's choking on his own saliva. I think I like that better. Yeah, I think I like the red and yellow windows, and I'm going to keep it at that unless someone makes a compelling argument. I will add another set of flowers too. That looks good enough. I mean, there also is a door through here, and that's kind of was the main door where tourists got in. Now that I think of it, the altar was here on this end. I do not remember if there was a door on this end. Oh well, it's my city. It's my city. You're all going to have to live with this. And let's change it back to daytime. And there. There we go. How long? 2.5 hours. Okay. Now, what else am I going to add? Like, kind of these two were the things I wanted to be here. And now I got them, so... Let's move this just a tiny touch so it's actually aligning with the roof here. I mean, if I build this upwards just a little bit, it covers up most of the straight edge of the roof right there. Maybe... Huh. I don't know which one I like better. Kind of this bulbous kind of roof or the convex one. Concave? Concave. Concave? Convex, right? Yeah. I'm sure you guys will let me know if I made the wrong choice here, but I think I'm going to keep it with this one. Kind of so that it just slightly matches better with all of the towers. Does it need to be a little bit bigger? I think that's as perfect as I'm going to get it. Because these ones are not actually kind of symmetrical, these crenellations on the straight kind of roof edges. Anyways, what am I going to do next? I think we have quite a lot of the elements I wanted to have. And I am... Oh yeah, I changed the direction of the sun. Let's put it back here. Because this is kind of the direction I want to most show off. So, yeah. Now it's in the middle of that one. I think, like, if we see the reference, that's good enough. I mean, we can't see anything for these fucking trees, but, anyways. Anyways, what do we want? What do we do? I mean, first of all, cobblestone it up. Cobblestone everything, cobblestone everywhere. And then we can add a singular door, or maybe even... Ooh, we could actually make the... This is not accurate to the actual house, but... We can make this sort of a thing. And then have the door up there. Have a little bit of a railing on it. and actually make it way wider so that we actually have a... or it doesn't kind of poke through the door right there, and actually... Yikes. Let's see. Can I add another one? Yes, I can. Good. Good, 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 good. Because now I think I can get this to be a kind of straight edge on there. I thought I might have thought wrong. Because what is going on? What is this? What is happening? No, my gosh. Like, I know that all of these kind of hate me. Why are you like this? Can you add tower and the stairs to it? I could. That would be easier. I mean, look at this mess. But I also know that it is possible to get this to work out. If we just click off, it doesn't look that bad, I want to tell myself. I mean, it's not the worst. I have had it worse. I mean, if I can just click there, that straightens it up a little bit. And then we can lift these things up. And just hope for the best. That's pretty much the only thing we can do. Oh gosh, I shouldn't have done this. Maybe, I mean, I could see how it looks like with the tower, but I think I'm happier with this. Like something like that. And then just hope no one kind of looks inside there, because I do not know and I do not want to know what's going on inside there. Yes, I do. Who am I kidding? Let's see. Well, first of all, that snapped to the wall. Okay, good to know. And yeah, that's a... It's kind of fitting that there's a void just right there. I do not know what's going on, and I do not want to find out any more than that. Let's see. I think that's good enough. Kind of, can I, if I widen these two up just a tiny bit, bring that one downwards. I don't want to talk about it, but I do kind of want to talk about it. What is going on? And this one needs to be wide, because that's what gives it the 90-degree corner. Does this one need to be this wide? Probably no. Yes, it kind of does. I mean, if I make that one less wide. Nah, good enough. Good enough. We're not going for historical accuracy. We're not going for historical accuracy. Yeah, that's good enough. Going. Yes. It goes up to there, and I'm going to call it good on that. Maybe make the door a little bit bigger. Why is it... Oh well, yes, good enough. Maybe just for the sake of it, for sake of interest, maybe a door right there. I kind of like the cart right there. And then maybe windows here. Yeah, sure, you can have your... I want flowers on every one of these, because I can. There we go. Why is there... Let's see. Kind of a lot of bushes out here. I really wish I could manually get rid of these freaking vines. Oh, hello. I'll probably get rid of this thing. And then add a door manually. These are way too small of towers, but oh well. Can't really do anything about it. Otherwise it's going to look way too big. Nope, wrong one. These ones. I found it kind of funny, like in the city there were a lot of things that were kind of perusteltu. Well, kind of justified with kind of we need to have this because we need to kind of dissuade anyone from trying to rebel. But I do not remember ever seeing or reading about anyone trying to host a rebellion in the city or kind of around the city or trying anything like that. And I kind of wonder why, like, I just thought of it, like, why was it such a big deal that you had to kind of make defensive decisions like this tower here, like this one you can't kind of even if you get through the gate, you can't use this tower as a defensive position when you're attacking the main castle or keep. And like that's one of the things. And then also kind of this main gate to the city, it had 2 levels. I kind of right on top of the main gate, like, and those 2 levels both operated one part of the gate itself. And the thing was that they didn't or couldn't communicate with each other, so that you couldn't kind of rebel from inside the city and you couldn't kind of stage a coup. And I'm just wondering now, like, what kind of political climate was this city in that you had to make those kinds of weird choices just for the sake of it? Crowd control, vantage point surveillances. Yes, exactly, but like I do not remember, like, of course there was a lot of war in the region. It's a border castle basically between kind of Spain and France, and kind of that's obviously going to color the history of it a lot. But I kind of really weird that so much of it was kind of specifically said to be against kind of rebellion. Like, does that have to do with the fact that they don't trust that the kind of, if you take over the region, that you're going to kind of keep the control of the region? Like, you don't want the people to turn back to their old masters? Like, what's up with that? I mean, it makes sense for specifically kind of being against kind of invaders, but south of France was a wild place, especially in the 12th and 13th centuries. Yeah, wars of faith, heretics, I mean, I know that much, and I know kind of Cathars and kind of interfaith things, and kind of the Islamic kingdoms kind of coming up from the south and all of that. But it's still a weird thing. combined with power, politics, and succession stuff. Yeah, I mean, I suppose, but I wouldn't was it like the lords kind of inciting rebellion just to kind of grab power for themselves, and that's why they were also afraid of the kind of people and rebellion specifically? Or was it just because, like, hey, we have subjects of all kind of shapes, sizes, and faiths, so we don't want those to kind of go or turn to the invaders? Or, like, what's up with that? South of France wasn't really truly under the control of the French monarchy. Yeah, it was nominally under them, but the place was generally known as an ungovernable place. Huh. Okay, so was it kind of like every city for itself, or like something else? Let's make this one wider just because I can, and then move these ones. I mean, just now that I see this, I also kind of I remember this one, this building specifically because it was kind of overwhelmingly the oldest looking building kind of outside of the Roman towers right there. And apparently this building was one of the lady of the castle's building. So I'll make it that one. I remember her color being red and yellow. Kinda. Every lord and powerful man for themselves, and the people just kinda had their own thing going on or just suffered. It was also known to be significantly less wealthy than northern French areas. Okay. Okay, yeah, I suppose that makes sense. I say that as it doesn't make sense to me, but yeah, I mean, I trust that there has to have been kind of a reasoning for everything, and I just do not have enough context to kind of figure it out. I'm just being dumb. I haven't read enough, but I kind of find it really funny. Just a heads up, there's an ad break coming up in 5-ish minutes, or 4.5 at this point. Thank you again for everyone for being here and indulging me. What am I doing? Hard to explain in chat. I read a hood. I trust you have read a few books, and I do not doubt it at all. And I do trust that you do know better than me. I just mostly love this for the aesthetic reasons and kind of tidbits. And what am I kind of want to, because it was also really fun to see kind of all of these buildings that just, they're built in the same time period-ish, and they all just look so distinctive, and they all were kind of just really fun and weird shapes, and kind of there was really not actually a kind of straight corner anywhere, and kind of all of the buildings kind of leaned one way or another, and it was really, really inspirational to see all of this. I'm trying to get rid of the shutters, though I suppose I could just add shutters to the other one. Yeah, let's actually do that. That was way easier. Who would have thunk? And actually, I kind of like the idea of that. Not that. I want to get these windows. Nope. These ones out from the corner, please. Control, can I? Nope. They're trying to snap to the corner, but something like this. And then kind of a few more buildings here. I'm going to probably keep just this corner or this one as a bigger building, so that I don't have to kind of suffer through building all of these out, because otherwise I'm going to be here like 3 years from now. And then just one in the middle there. And let's make this. Sure. There is a little bit of a way to the next red roof. And actually, let's make this one a timbered building now that I think of it, because why not? Variety. And so on. But yeah, I did end up making myself kind of depressed in the middle of kind of... we were waiting for the restaurants to open and whatnot. And we were kind of just sitting right up against the church. There's a little bench right around there. And we were sitting on it, kind of thinking and pondering about what we want to eat, etc. And I just made myself really sad when I was kind of thinking that, because it was like 40 degrees Celsius outside, and especially this house looked so old and so brittle. And yeah, I kind of made myself sad thinking that maybe there's not much time for this city any longer. Kind of everyone was obviously kind of suffering through the heat wave and whatnot, so it was kind of sad to see. And I do wonder if the city actually will make it through kind of the worst of it, or if it can still adapt to all of it and to all of the kind of changes that in the climate and so on. And kind of a lot of the surrounding area also lives from wine production, and damn good wines that they were, but I wonder if those will survive either. I didn't add any windows or doors here yet. I kind of like how this corner is being cut off by the road, but let's see, what does it look like without it? I think that's good enough. And let's make it a little bit not wider, exactly the opposite. What's the opposite of wide? Narrower? Narrower. Maybe change the color? Yes, that looks way better. And now that I remember, let's add a few chimneys. And just because I can. Yes. Really, please let me let me click on the freaking doors. Anyway, yeah, there were almost every single building had a business kind of on the ground floor, and that was kind of fun to see. I don't know if it has always been like that. Kind of always had all of the businesses, like in nearly every single building. I think it might be just because it's such a tourist town nowadays that you don't really even want to have anything on the lower ground floor, because that's everyone's just going to look inside your windows. But there were a lot of businesses, a lot of restaurants, a lot of I already mentioned that there were a lot of confectionery stores for some reason, but also kind of just, you know, touristy souvenirs. That's the word I'm looking for. Well, that's kind of all good for that little block. Yeah, sure. Sure, why not? Have it in the middle of the... or in the corners of the buildings. Sure. This one I kind of want to be on this wall rather than on the other one. Welcome back from the ad break. Sorry you're getting so many of them, but this is actually the minimum amount I can run contractually. Yeah, I really can't do anything about it. Otherwise people would have the pre-roll ad, so like right as they tune in they get struck with I think up to like 6 to 10 minutes of ads. I remember one time I had like when I tuned into some other person's stream, there was a literally 1 out of 15 ads to go, and I immediately clicked off. So I don't want to have those happen, so this is what we'll have to live with, unfortunately. Anyways, what am I doing? Maybe... Did it get rid? No. Okay. Yes. This is good. Maybe add another one, like this direction. I actually kind of like the bakery things right on there. And I also kind of like the door being in the corner there. That's kind of unique. Can I make the door bigger? I think I should be able to. Apparently not. Is it maybe because this one? Yes. I think that's good enough. And let's add a window here. I kind of really like the thing that it's doing. Oh, no, it got rid of it. Let's bring it back. Somehow, some way. Remember to drink, folks. Remember to drink. I went to the wrong direction, didn't I? Did I skip? Nope. There they are. There they are. I'm going to let that set of crates be there, and then just add a set of windows right here. Try to get shutters on them like that. And there we go. I think that's good enough. I might actually just, for the sake of, whoops, legibility, or kind of space, I'm going to just fill this in with cobblestone. And maybe a little bit bigger brush so that it's easier. There we go. And then we can also add a lot of these lanterns. That's the word. I really like how this is looking. I mean, it's going to be fucking nightmare to kind of fill this up through here. Actually, question, chat, do we make this a kind of more of a fantasy city, or do we keep with the sort of historical real world kind of flavor to it. Because I saw this little block here, and I'm kind of tempted right at this second to kind of make a wizard's tower right there for absolutely no apparent reason. I just feel like that could actually lend itself into that fantasy. Yes, I hear no other dissonant voices, so fantasy we get. Let's make it a stone downstairs. And actually make it out of that thing. Ooh, actually. Good point. Let's do it like this. And have a... I mean, it could also be a well, but... Let's go with the wizard's tower. Kind of something... Oh. True. Actually, that kind of looks fun. If we make it a... No, let me... it's not going to... there we go. That looks cool. And then... then build it up. I don't want it to kind of stick out too far upwards, but kind of maybe have it a... Ooh, I actually saw on TikTok someone had made a really cute one. I do not quite know how they had made it, but I think we're going to find out. Is it just too much of that direction? I want to get rid of the pillars. Okay, 1 down, 2 down. Haha. Do we want it to have... I kind of wanted to have these wooden support beams. But I do not want it to have the square pillars. Maybe just a tiny touch this way. Can I then... Yes, okay. Ha ha ha. No, this is going to be a balancing act, isn't it? There. Okay, okay, okay. We're getting there, we're getting there. There. Haha, haha. Haha. Yes. Okay, and then... How the hell do you... Okay, sure, why not? Kind of something like this. No, why does it not get rid of the crenellations? I mean, I know I can get rid of it, I just... Okay. Like this. And then have this kind of a little step detail to this. There. And then another square. Something like this. It's going to stick out like a sore thumb, but well, who am I to judge? Actually, let's make this out of a timbered frame. Maybe even a white stucco. Maybe a little bit like that. Yeah, I kind of like that. Feel free to disagree, but something like this. Yeah, sure, why not? And then we have to decide which direction we want the door to be. Probably there. Yeah, sure, why not? Why the fuck not? Can I make these ones just a tiny bit smaller? Yes. Pet the sheep. Where's the sheep? There's the sheep. Bah. Anyways. Get rid of the bucket. Ooh, actually. Now I kind of want to fly around this thing. Because there is a... I don't know if any of you have been around in the last stream, but since this update went live with the stairs, there is now a what's the word? A roller coaster option. And now I kind of want to show you all. Now, why are you down there? Oh, you got snapped into all of these walls. Anyways, here, let's see. And let's get rid of the things. Please. Where the fuck are you? It's pretty fun. Yeah, it's kind of weird that that's what they kind of decided to start with or do first, but I'm not going to complain. Actually, let's get rid of all of these pillars. We can also make the stairs float by magic, if we so choose, and that is indeed what I am choosing right now. There we go. I need a set of cards. I just need to actually find them. Here, one, and rotate it that direction. 2, 3, and 4. And then... Oh, we're actually surprisingly close. I don't know if I can get to it because there's a wall in my way. Nope. I need to get a door for myself. Nah, let's do it like this. Ta-da. And then... Oh shit, we're going the wrong way. Fuck. Turn it around. Turn it all around. It probably would have been easier to clone the first one now, but oh well. Try again. Go to the first one. Let's go. Now we're going that way, and we have all of our sheep with us. And you can actually also pet them here. And we can go faster. We can go slower. We can lean both ways. Because why not? And let's go. I kind of want to make this kind of the thing, how we kind of look over what we've created. But yeah, sheep roller coaster. And then when we get up there, we're all just gonna go flying. I think my camera is going to go back down there, but the sheep are all going to just start flying. Let's go straight into the sun. Looks actually quite good. Let's see. What happens? Oh, I am just standing here. Okay. Bye. Whoa. I did not mean to fall, but okay. I'll get you. I'll catch you. Nope. Apparently it's not really liking my controls. Yeah, so you're telling me you can make a Europe-coded Omashu from Avatar? Yeah, yeah, you definitely can. And like I've seen people do weird shit. Like I've seen people do the what's the kind of all sorts of things from Studio Ghibli movies. So you can even, with kind of enough fiddling, you can even make the kind of Asian coded ones. Like, you know, if you just kind of paint it or make the roofs like this shaped, you can just do whatever you want. I've seen kind of Tokyo, or not Tokyo, what's the big castle in I don't even, Osaka, I think. But yeah, people are doing wonderful, wonderful things in this game. Anyways, what are we doing next? Or am I hopping off? I might play just a little bit longer, but yeah, I think it's Osaka Castle that I'm thinking about. Yeah, someone has made that, and I know a person, actually, I'm going to shout them out because they do awesome things. Actually, am I? Because I don't know how I write their name. Anyways, it's a person from TikTok and here on Twitch who has made the whole of the Jade City from Wicked. And it's just, this game is awesome. I love it to bits. How am I going to make this happen? I kind of want to keep building this thing up though. Though I don't know how. Maybe we just add a tiny bit of a taller roof to it. Kind of something like this. That looks whimsy enough, to say the least. Can I... like that? That looks weird and fun. Maybe just a little bit lower. Yeah, I kind of like that. And tower has a wizard's hat. Yeah, yeah, now it is a wizard's tower. Yeah, obviously all of the buildings right next to it need to be way lower. And just to give it more contrast. And I'm going to actually make the roof red. Just because I can. And then what? Then what do I do? I mean, just build it out. See what happens. I do not know what I'm doing. If it is not kind of blatantly obvious. Something like that. I think that looks fun. Nope, wrong one. Here we go. And that kind of looks like a singular building, and I know I'm not going to be able to put anything right there, so I'm just going to make this one a little bit bigger. Add a few doors, windows, etc. Not on this side, because there's going to be something else right there. Maybe another door right there, because why not? If you could pick a town, city, other than your current home city? Where would you live? Because I am seriously considering buying a property in Carcassonne. Not that seriously, but there was a text in one of the windows in there, in the kind of city outside of the old town, that had a kind of for sale 70 grand text on it, and I haven't been able to get it out of my mind since I saw it. Can't afford to, but damn would I like to. I mean, I kind of really like where we live right now, but I would not be opposed to living in my favorite castle. If I didn't have to worry about money or politics. New York. Huh. Ah, that's surprising. Why New York? Like, do you like the hustle and bustle, or do you just like the, what's specifically about New York? Like, why not DC or some other American city? Why not Los Angeles? That's kind of what I'm wondering. That looks funny enough. Funky enough. Let's see. I kind of want to keep all of the building walls kind of the same, so that they actually kind of go together really well. I'm going to get rid of that one. No particular reason. Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. I mean, I don't like... Yeah. Has enough history and is still dynamic. Okay. Yeah, sure. Why not? I mean, probably has a lot more to offer than anything in Finland. Like, after everything and anything in France, this just feels like a tiny little village behind God's backlog, like we used to say. Philadelphia has more national history, but boy, never again. Ah, when was the last time you visited Philadelphia? What even is in Philadelphia? Like, I can't really name anything that is in Philadelphia. I know it has a huge museum of something, but I can't remember anything. I just know that it wasn't the early 2000s crime TV show Cold Case set in Philadelphia. It does have history, but we're so poor. Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah. We don't really have anything to show for it. More flower windows. More flower windows. Yes. Huh. I'm going to click a few more times to see if we get anything else. Philadelphia is where USA declared itself independent, where the original states convene, etc. 18th century history is there. Okay, yeah. Makes sense. It kind of also makes sense that you would want to be there. Used to be the political capital before Washington. Yeah. I can see it. Wait, where exactly is Philadelphia? Like, I am woefully, like, I do not know American geography at all. Like, I can point where Texas is. I can about point where New York is. I I know DC is just a bit south from New York, but that's pretty much it. Beyond that, like, okay, LA and California, I know. Pennsylvania, East Coast. Yeah, see, that doesn't say anything to me. Like, I figured it must have been East Coast, but... well... like, beyond that... oh, what the fuck? Because, like, America is so big. Such a huge place. Like, what... there's just so much, and there's also just as much space that's just doing nothing because they have so fucking a lot of space north of New York. Okay. Okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah, now I have an approximate location for it. Thank you. I have absolutely no idea, but I really like something around here. And... yeah. Wait, no, south. Just south. You're not helping your case. Or, well, my case. Let's be real. Anyways... I kind of like something like these. That's cute, right? I can only hope. Yeah, sure. Oh, let's be real, nobody cares about Philly anymore. I mean, to be honest, there must be, like, a ton of cities that nobody gives a shit about anymore. Like, in kind of USA specifically. And I think we're kind of seeing, like, I'm just spitballing here, but it feels like we're seeing another wave of kind of city dwellers kind of reigning supreme. Like, no, I think I had one. Yeah, that one is the brown roofed one, so let's have another one of those. But yeah, I think like everyone's kind of abandoning their countryside, and there's pretty much only like what's the word? What is the word I'm looking for? Kind of industrialized farming and industrial like complexes out in the middle of nowhere. And then there are a few holdovers, a few holdouts that are kind of trying to survive, but it's not really going well, and everyone's just moving to the cities again. Which is at the same time a shame, and at the same time kind of very, very understandable, and kind of, yes, you do what you need. But it is kind of shame how many places are just kind of falling to disrepair. And, you know, we're kind of also kind of losing especially the recent history. Like, obviously, kind of anything of major significant value from 200 years ago is, or more, is kind of being already protected. But other than that, it's kind of free for all. USA has a big problem with industrial... oh, wait, and my screen almost shut down, and it covered the notification for it, covered the chat. USA has a big problem with industrial towns dying, for example Detroit, but actually don't know why Philly is such a disaster. I couldn't tell you, honey. Couldn't tell you. Even if I tried. Like... because isn't Philadelphia kind of a port and a industrial city too? But what specifically do you mean that it's such a disaster? Like, is it just poorly managed or something other than that. Let's make a 2-story building right here. Out of probably straight up stone. Why do these look... Oh. Why do these look to be the different color as the walls? Maybe because they are. Woohoo! Who would have thunk? Here we go. There, something like that. Philly has high crime rates and a huge problem with drugs. Yeah. Can I even type that in chat? I think you should be able to. I mean, I see it, so I believe it came through to everyone. I don't have anything kind of personally set to moderate any of that, so... If someone's going to censor you, it's going to be Twitch itself. And yeah, yeah, I mean, when we were in France, it was kind of really weird to see kind of every single street corner in especially Paris and a few on the way. Few cities on the way down south and back again. Like everywhere had homeless people sleeping on kind of doors, in doorways and on bus stops and kind of just everywhere and anywhere they could fit themselves, and kind of even in Carcassonne, even if it was such a kind of tourist city, there was a few obvious drug users who tried to beg for money right outside the historical city gates, and it was kind of jarring. But and if you were kind of out too early, especially too early, the trash hadn't been picked up yet, so it was kind of an experience, let's put it that way. This building looks like it's really shocked for some reason. Okay. But yeah, I am going to maybe put a door right here for no kind of apparent reason, just because I want to. And let's add a little bit of road right there. Get rid of that thing, and then we can... I mean, I just realized that I haven't actually left any room for any kind of courtyards. Is kind of sisäpiha. What the fuck is that in English? But I hope it still looks alright. Oh no. There we go. Add another set of windows here. Why would you have a bell right there? I kind of want to just keep it like that. I mean, like, in Carcassonne, in the whole city obviously is like on a hill, and there is a obvious highest point in the middle of the city, but outside of that it's kind of... And that kind of means that you can have a door on this end of the building and have 2 or 3 stories on that building, and then on the other edge of the building it's only 1 floor, so I kind of want to have that, but I do not... I don't want to go through the fuss of creating even more hills. I just don't. I don't think it's worth the effort. Maybe if we make this one like this, that could be fun. That looks kind of cool. Maybe like that. Yeah, I like that. Keep it like that. Yeah. Actually, I think I need to take the timbering off of it so that it's just the lower floor or upper floor that has the timber frame to it. Make this one into that. Yes. And then add a few more windows. A lot more windows. Who am I kidding? No. How nice. Can I get rid of... Yeah, that's good enough. Now I'm going to leave that bush there, and I'm going to get rid of the hay bale. Because what the fuck is up with that? Okay, I haven't really gotten far with it, but I think I'm going to stop around here for... I'm going to fill up this single building here. That's probably... After that is probably a good place to stop. I've been online for nearly 4 hours, so I feel my energy levels falling. But it's been really fun spending time with you guys again. Like, obviously I had a week and a half-ish where I didn't stream, and I kind of missed this. Trying to kind of keep the color palettes limited. And just so it actually looks cohesive. And there. I heard something go somehow weird. Oh, that would probably be the wall that is missing. Let's get rid of those. There we go. I'm actually going to probably let those bushes be there. Yes, at least now. Yes. Good enough. Probably lower it down so you can actually kind of see out through the murder holes. Those are not murder holes. Murder holes are the ones that you drop things down out of. At least so I think. At least so that's what I remember. That's what I learned from Age of Empires. Yes, I have gotten most of my fucking tidbits from games. Why do you ask? Very legitimate information and very, very trustworthy source. I want there to be flowers. There we go, thank you. And the last one. Yes, and then get rid of all of these. And there you go. Something like this. Oh well. I think it's easier to actually build it up and then erase it from the inside. There we go. And then a lot of windows here too. Probably have all of these have the flowers too. And then here. Oh yeah, I just realized that I haven't added any. Oh shit, I just realized I forgot to do a thing. Oh, fuck me. Because now I have a lot of new things in my streamer repertoire, and I can actually have a challenge for you viewers, for you chat, and I can kind of challenge you to... Oh my god, get rid of those. Spend channel points completely free for you, and if you collectively, everyone in chat kind of manages to gather 6,000 channel points, I think I said it too, you chat can decide what I build next. And I think that sounds fun. And actually, yeah, sure, let's start the thing. Start this community challenge. Start. There you go. Oh shit, you really can't see or can't read that thing. As I put up a light yellow background with a light yellow or white text. But yeah, that's a thing apparently now. I don't think I've ever seen anyone use those challenges, but I really like the idea of them, and I really want to see how they work. But yeah, I decided that if you get it, if you kind of go through with it, I will build whatever you sent to me as an inspiration. I don't yet know how I'm actually going to do that, if someone decides to be not weird about it, but decides to kind of fulfill it offline. I do not know how I'm going to do that then, but my idea is that if it happens on stream, I can just ask anyone who is online at the time, like, what you all collectively want me to build. One more building, just to round the stream out. There's something small in this corner. Actually, do I want it to be kind of below the... I kind of do. I want to make it be below the walkways on the thing, but can I make it happen? Yes, like that I can. And then get rid of the pathway in the corner. Something like this. And just to make sure that it doesn't really look exactly like it's part of the castle itself, it should probably be a different colored roof. And then again, I mean, this is, as a whole, is a really bad idea, because now, you know, anyone who kind of wants to break into the castle only has to go through probably this way less fortified building and then break the wall. But oh well. I mean, if this is, we already have a wizard's tower, so maybe people already know how to fly, so doesn't really matter, does it? Maybe another window here. Sure, you can have a flowery window. Oh yeah, I just realized that the main castle doesn't have any chimneys, so let's add a few. Just because we can. And make them minimal height. There we go. Probably some here. There we go. I need to change one of these probably this one. Into the white colored walls so that it doesn't, or it does, stand out from the rest of the buildings. I don't like the color of these walls. Roofs. Green? Green. Yes, let's do it like that. Okay, let's take a little bit of a look around what we've done. We have a good set of walls, at least on the inside. On the outside, it's not yet complete. I need to add a few more towers to them. They do have them. But we have a cathedral on the inside. We have the main castle itself that has a really wonky staircase. We have a wizard's tower. We have a good amount of buildings here already. We have a somehow significant building that has a set of a flag. It has a flag on it. Oh, cathedral, I already said. We had the weird tower for the bishop. And yeah, next stream I think I'm going to be building all of this out, kind of build the rest of the inside of the city, and probably add at least a few towers on the outside walls. I don't know if I can add all of the ones I want because it's so close to the building area border. But yeah, that is what we have, and that is where we're going to stop today. I thank you so much everyone for being here again, and I really appreciate you keeping me company and kind of indulging me in my ramblings and building. Thank you so much, and I hope to see you in my next stream, whenever and wherever that happens to be. And thank you so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.